When I was a little boy, my daddy said to me, if you want great riches, son, it's a merchant you should be. You can deal in goods from cars to cod and earn more than enough. But don't buy or sell cross-border, son, 'cause that's awfully risky stuff. We didn't have no CISG. If we bought or sold in another state, we didn't know what the law would be. But now there's a convention to make global trade more free, except them goddamn US courts just treat it like the UCC. As a young man, I took up those words my daddy said. I became a merchant, traded goods to earn my bread. But I would not buy or sell beyond the borders of my state, 'cause if the deal was not domestic, none could tell my legal fate. We didn't have no CISG. We were clueless how the law would go if we dealt internationally. But now under this treaty, global commerce, it's a breeze, except it seems that our CISG damages do not include attorney fees. Now there is a treaty when I buy or sell afar. I can deal with folks from everywhere, from Arles to Zanzibar. And the goods I buy, why, they're always fine, or my buyers, they never sue. You know, I hardly need a lawyer. Yes, my life's perfection true. Because we have that CISG. There's no risk in international sales far as the eye can see. But I just received a shipment, so I must quickly say goodbye. Because German courts, more the Austrians now, give me just 5 minutes to inspect and notify. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I am Professor Emeritus Harry Flechtner from the University of Pittsburgh School of Law in the USA. And that was the CISG Song. By the way, the CISG Song has recently been nominated for an award. Yeah, it's in the running for the best fully footnoted song about an unofficial project on uniform international sales law. I myself nominated the song for the award. That was only right. I also created the award and gave myself full authority to determine the winner amongst the nominees. So fingers crossed, I like my song's chances. It may also help that I'm the only nominee. I find my winning percentage goes up if I have no competition whatsoever. Well, I was completely wrong. It turns out you folks are not just pixels on a screen, you actually exist. Who would have thought it? I hope you are excited to be in Vienna, actually in Vienna in person for the oral arguments. The next few days will be the culmination of an experience that for so many of you will be the most important and the best educational experience in your study of law. Of course, to have that kind of transformative experience, as you well know and everyone's been talking about tonight, you've really got to make a large investment of your time, energy, and talent and focus, and that inevitably has an impact on other aspects of your life. In particular, it seems to me as a coach that being a Moody really puts the squeeze on your social life, I gotta say, at least your non-Moot social life. I have a song about that aspect of the Moot. It's called the Moody Blues. Before I perform it, I do want to say something about a word that's used in the song. It's a kind of specialized and technical word that some of you may not have run across before. The word is proctologist. A proctologist is a physician, a surgeon, who specializes in treatment of the the very last part of the human digestive system. And with that in mind, here is the Moody Blues. Well, I'm a Vis Moot baby. I work that problem day and night. Yes, I am. I'm a Vis Moot baby. Writing memos till dawn's light. I don't ever take no break. That's why the mood gave my social life the blight. Well, I am a Vis Moot baby. I can't argue orally. Yes, I am a Vis Moot baby. Got a response for every inquiry. Just do not ask me about my love life, 'cause the mood took that away from me. Well, I am sick of studying substance, CISG coming out my ears, and I've had it with procedure, arbitration law driving me to tears. So if you ask me, can respondent avoid for corruption if they cannot yet prove it, I'll suggest you stick a drone in a spot where you'll need a proctologist to remove it. Because I'm a Vis Moot baby, I know the rules for a sale. My passport was issued by Vindabona, and Danubia, that's where they send my mail. Well, you're a Vis Moot baby. You're in the library till it is closed. Oh yeah, you know you are. Yes, you are a Vis Moot baby. That problem's got you engrossed, just obsessing about it. You know you will enter nerdvana each time you climb up to the dark geschoss. But when you got to Vienna, you found Moody's everywhere. They were all bright and good-looking, fancy clothes and nice hair, and it felt like you hadn't had a date since stars first started shining in the night sky above. And that's when you realized that you're in the mood for love. Because you're a Vis Moot baby. You know the rules. You just moot till you're blind. Well, you do not know if your team will advance, but you sure know your love life has been left behind. Well, we're all Vis Moot baby. Come on, now sing this with me, come on. We're all Vis Moot baby. Come hear what we say. We're all Vis Moot baby. One more time, we're all Vis Moot baby. VIS all the way. Our personalities taking a beating, and our love lives are as dead as a nail. We've all got passports from Vindabona and Danubia. That's where they send our mail. Thank you. So this year's problem involves the sale of drones. I hope I'm not giving away too much about that. A drone is an interesting word. It has a number of distinct meanings, in addition to referring to unmanned flying machines like those in the problem. Several of these alternative meanings for drone relate to music. In music, a drone is a tone or set of tones that do not change in pitch and that generally are sounded continuously or throughout all or most of a piece of music. And a drone is also an instrument or part of an instrument that produces such drone tones, such as a didgeridoo from Australia or the drone pipes included on many kinds of bagpipes. It occurred to me that if I were to do a song about this year's problem with its mechanical flying drones, it should be accompanied by a musical drone. And so, ladies and gentlemen, to provide the drone accompaniment for the next song, here is my daughter, Emily Vahelka. Hi, Em.
Hi, Dad.
You know, it's really special to have you up here on stage to perform with me today because, well, it's great to have you here, but also, you were actually backstage with me the very first time that I did one of these performances at the opening ceremonies. That was 17 years ago at the opening ceremonies for the 13th Moot.
That's right. I did my best to try to prevent you from making a complete fool of yourself in your performance.
Yeah, that was great. Didn't work though, did it?
Nope.
No. What you got there?
This is a shruti box. It's a drone instrument used frequently in music in India. The way it works is there are bellows inside this box, and when they're used, they push air through reeds that are set ahead of time with levers on the back, and the reeds make the drone tone.
You are just a fountain of knowledge about the shruti box.
Well, I figured at least one family member on this stage should know what they're talking about.
Yeah, that's very good. And so, ladies and gentlemen, accompanied by the drone stylings of Emily on shruti box, here is a song based on this year's problem. A song, of course, we are calling Dronon. Claimant sold some drones for flying. Were those aircraft respondent was buying? Is that sale excluded from the CISG? And suppose that claimant was just lying when they said these drones are the top of the line. Some say respondent cannot claim fraud, just nonconformity. Non-lawyers find these issues boring, makes them yawn, gets them snoring. To avoid discussing them, they would beg on their knees. Well, it is true, these issues are soul destroyers, but that's why they invented lawyers. These issues can't hurt us. We've traded in our souls for attorney fees. Must an SOE in Equatoriana arbitrate even if they don't wanna? If it was a public works contract and Parliament never voted its consent? And should we delay this arbitration and await results of investigation into whether Mr. Field took bribes and betrayed his constituents? These are some of the questions Moody's will debate in their hearing sessions as they train to become fine lawyers and gain expertise. And when you are lawyers, justice will be your only goal. Just justice to make your clients whole. Only justice. Well, plus payment of your attorney fees. Now I know what some folks are thinking. Flechtner, man, that song is stinking. Your lyrics are pointless and wordy. They reek like fish left out to rot. Your intonation is completely foul, and you sing like a constipated screech owl. In the annals of law and music, your song is an embarrassing blot. So then, if in the doctor's show we meet, and that opinion of my song you repeat, I'll say, your insights are genius, and my gratitude for them is at least 10 kilometers high. You see, the Moot has taught me some important lessons, like how to do what Moody's do in feedback sessions. Just listen, then say, I'm so grateful for your brilliant comments. In other words, lie. Hey! Ladies and gentlemen, my daughter Emily Vahelka, shruti box virtuosa. 'Cause, 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 'c Thank you very much. Now, normally after that song, that third song, I would be scrambling off stage to allow us to get to the reception, I guess. But before I left the stage tonight, I wanted to mention that I've decided this is the last of these little performances I will be doing at the opening ceremonies. Thank you for that. Usually I get the moans and groans when I announce I'm going to continue to perform. Not when But as I mentioned earlier, it's been 17 years. I'm now retired from my full-time position at the University of Pittsburgh, and it's time to give it a rest, I think. But what an experience for me. I can't vouch for the audience's experience, but for me, it's been amazing. I mean, the idea that a mere musical hobbyist like myself would have the opportunity to play in the grand hall of the Wiener Konzerthaus before an audience like this, unimaginable, I gotta say. It came about only because of the support and help of many. For example, the administration of the Moot. In fact, the person who first suggested that I perform at the opening ceremonies was none other than the Moot's founder and longtime director, the great Professor Eric Bergston. And when the current directors took over administration of the Moot, they continued that record of tolerance, support, forgiveness. So thank you very much. Thank you, all of you. And then there's my family. They have always provided me great moral support, sometimes puzzled moral support, but great moral support. And as Emily's presence out here tonight evidences, I have sometimes dragooned them into providing more direct forms of support, performing, helping me make videos, constructing props. That has been especially the case with my extraordinary, wonderful, wise, wonderful, and patient, generous, and particularly beautiful wife of 44 years, who is, thank you. Thank her. That is Joan. She is backstage. Did I say 44 years? Man, I got to add long suffering to that list of adjectives about it. And then there is the Center for International Legal Education at the University of Pittsburgh, and its director and my great friend and extraordinary colleague, Professor Ronald Brand. They arranged for me to co-coach the team with Professor Brand and made it possible for me to come to Vienna for all these years, so it's been everything for that regard. Thank you, Ron. Then there are the amazing people here at the Konzerthaus, the supremely talented people here at the Konzerthaus, who for all these years have made me sound, well, as good as I'm going to sound, I guess is the idea. Thank you for that. And then there are all of you and all of your predecessor audiences who've always given me a reception which is extraordinarily generous, kind, and forgiving too. There's also a group of people who have offered me a very special kind of support over the past few in-person opening ceremonies. They have been willing to perform with me on stage, despite the damage that would do to their professional reputations. I believe they are all in the audience tonight, and I'm going to ask them to come on up, join me and Emily, if you will, for one final song here. Come on, please. While they're coming up, I just want to mention someone else who's not here. Last year for the virtual opening ceremonies of the 29th Moot, a great musician and good friend in the state of Maine, Kathy King, helped me make a video for that. It was great. She is great, and it was really a lot of fun. And now we have assembled up here on stage. Do you have can you see it? Okay. We have assembled up here on stage. Well, let's see. From the opening ceremonies for the 26th Moot, which was the last in-person Moot before this, we have the amazing Arbitratones, consisting of Pittsburgh Law graduates, Arnella Maglich, Nika Rasadina, and Janet Checkley. And then from the anniversary celebration at the opening ceremonies for the 25th Moot, we have the extraordinary quadricentennial chorale, Professor Margaret Moses. Professor Petra Butler. Professor Zlatan Meskic. And my Pittsburgh colleague, Professor Ronald Brand. And then we have the very first person who had the courage, the talent, the fun-loving spirit, and most importantly of all, the momentary lapse of judgment to agree to perform with me on stage, Professor Ingeborg Schwenzer. Ladies and gentlemen, I venture to say that in the history of the Wiener Konzerthaus, there has never been assembled a group of backup singers who were more distinguished, better published, or finer looking, I got to say. For a final song, we're going to do one that was used to close every episode of the Roy Rogers Show, which was a weekly cowboy show on US television during the 1950s, my era. Seemed like a good way to go out to me. And so, thank you all, and happy trails to us all. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing a song and bring the sunny weather. Happy trails to you till we meet again. Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing a song and bring the sunny weather. Happy trails to you till we meet again. Thanks. Have a great moot.